Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Tuesday, September 3rd, 2013. Hope everybody had a nice 3-day weekend. Although the foreign markets, especially European, were busy and favorable to U.S. holdings over there, or at least the stocks that are listed as on the foreign indexes, as you can see by the futures. So right now for today, we're looking at a couple of announcements. One is one to pay more attention to is the ISM Manufacturing Index at 10 o'clock. The other two are Construction Spending and PMI Manufacturing Index. Okay, let's jump over and see what's going on in the foreign markets. Asia closed as of right now. And we're looking at sort of mixed. Sensex and Singapore were both down, but the other ones are up. A little bit higher than like a normal move, I guess you might say. And over in Europe, we're looking actually down a tad. This is, to my surprise. Oh, do we have a recent picture here? Let's just make sure. Asia and Europe. Yeah, well, they were up pretty good yesterday, but today they're not looking all that hot over in Europe. Average down day, 0.5%. Nothing spectacular or scary there at the moment. Okay, let's jump over to the account, and they did some fixes over the weekend here. I wanted to show you that they now have fixed this problem with things being broken out. Now we can see by the spread type, and we have 6 verticals here and 1 covered call on GLD, and that's doing just fine. No reason to really take a look at that. We'll run through these right quick. First will be Amazon. I thought the charts were a little bit faster this morning, but I hope they stay that way. So I have this panic alert or this bail alert here on Amazon because I have a bear call, and I'm looking to keep the price here below this 286.38. And not really sure what's going to happen today. I was looking at the bid ask and can't really determine anything. It must be a little bit too early in the day, and after a long weekend things can get a little crazy too. I'm going to take a look at Chipotle. We're expecting it to stay above. We're pretty confident it's going to do that. We got till the end of this week, so we should be okay there. And on gold, we got the covered call, and we also have a, well, we had one, didn't we? Oh yeah, it expired last week, so that was successful. This bull put here was successful. So now we have a down arrow on gold on PPS. And we have a nice hook down here, actually a day before this down arrow. So the stochastic can lead a tad, but it's not always, you don't like, you look for confirmation, you wait another day. So that one was good. It worked out just fine. So I'll take that out of there. Alright, so our covered call is here. I don't care if if gold wants to move down here, that's fine. We'll just keep writing more calls on it. It's going until September anyway. Goldman Sachs. We have a bear call on that way up here at 160. Price is at 152. I guess that's not way up there. It looks way up there on the chart, but in reality it's only $8 away, and that can be chewed up quickly with this particular one. So we will be keeping an eye on that, of course. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put an alert right in between, in the middle of this gap here, I guess you might say. I just want to know if this thing is going to go crazy on me or not. Alrighty, we got that one taken care of. Intel, we're still waiting for this to get down to $21. It seems to be marching in a very orderly fashion down to 21, and if it gets there, then we will consider doing that as an investment in my investment account. MasterCard gave me a little bit of a scare on Friday, so we are putting an alert on that as well. We want to know if that's going to take us out of this trade. Netflix didn't have a very good day Friday, but I suspect if the market opens up today that Netflix is going to reflect that chunk of confidence. I'm not really worried about that one. And on SPY, we did get into our 10 a.m. On Friday, and we got in here at this 166.50 level, which you can see over here. 166.50, that's really what it says. With a bear call, and I think that we're going to get an open this morning around 165. So if we open at 165 or right up around here, that's probably where it's going to open. We'll see where it carries for the rest of the day. All right, and there's been some conversation about using SPX and SPX PM in combination, and I am going to do like a review on that, and I just may change over to SPX. And I'll explain why if I do this separate video, which I probably will do. Save a little bit. I don't know, it's like 6 of one, a half a dozen of another, so we'll give it a try, probably. So let me think this through and put something together for everybody, and we'll see where it takes us. Alright, so we're going to jump over to the A+ list now. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't talk about the futures here. As you can see, the ES is up like 0.75%. That's a pretty significant gap up, but not unheard of because of the non-trade day in the U.S., but the rest of the world was trading. So that's not a surprise that you get a gap up like that at the open. And the gold is down below 1400, and oil is at 107. Still not very good. I heard that there was some sort of attempt maybe to sink a freighter or something in the Suez Canal. I think I heard something about that, which would really hose things up pretty badly. And of course, you know, the United States has their big aircraft carrier that's going to be going through there in the next couple of days, so that should be interesting too. Let's hope that things remain calm and everybody else remains calm, and let's just sit back and take a deep breath and think about what's going on and what the consequences are. Alright, so enough of my political sermon for today. We'll go to the A+ list and check some things out. I'm not going to go over the ones that I'm already in. We'll keep this short and just go over those underlines that I am not in. And I'm still waiting for Apple to give a hook up here. We're losing momentum, and we may end up trading sideways here for a while. but I still don't see that hook up. After I get the hook up, then we put the alert in and we wait for confirmation. Haven't seen that yet. Amazon, we are in Amazon, so we're not going to check that. Let's take a look at BIDU. Man, it's very tempting for an iron condor on BIDU, but I think I would probably rather do a calendar. And I'll be taking a look at that later on today. If we just for this week, 3 days left, we're looking for basically a $4.50 to $5 move this week. So our calendar would be actually just like one strike away. So we're at 135. No, it would be, oh, you said dollar. This is nice. Dollar increments. Didn't even, had to hit me upside the head on this. So it would be probably like buy a calendar here for $1.03 and buy a calendar here for 90 cents. Take a look to see what that looks like. Let's stretch it out a little bit. And we would be looking for, of course, BIDU to move around here. We're pretty high on implied volatility, and I think that that's in reality kind of normal. Let's take a look here. For this week, it's kind of high, and things are going to change come Friday, so it would be like if I get in this and it's favorable and it looks like it's working out, we'd have to get out Thursday or right away Friday morning. The Google Calendar worked out very well. And let's see here. Let me just check something. Yeah, I wanted to show you this right quick. This is the Google Calendar, and Friday morning at 9:47 a.m., which is where I would have got out of this trade for $86. So this is what it looked like then. Whether I would have gotten $86 for it when I sell it, maybe I would have got $80 for it because it was flying around pretty heavy. The IV implied volatility, you can see, just fell out of it here. So this is where it would have ended up on Friday, almost exactly on our strike, almost exactly on the deviation from price that we see under the options, which has a lot to do with the Greeks, and these guys are pretty good at mathematically figuring this stuff out most of the time. So that was my picture from Friday, so that Google double calendar would have worked out quite well. Alright, so oops, there we go. Let's get back here. Alright, CELG, we had an alert on that. It didn't work out. The alert is still valid. It's not exactly something that I would confidently jump into, but it's still pretty valid. We still have a lot of good indications here. On the weekly, the short-term MACD, the daily MACD is on its way up, and the moving average, or the weekly MACD, just turned up here with this darker red, and we're still magenta here, but we hooked up over here on the stochastic on the weekly. We're still moving up on the stochastic on the daily, and this little deviation here, I guess you might say, is not to be unexpected, but we're still white on our moving average on the MACD for the daily. So this alert is still valid. Alrighty, CF, pretty flat here. Another possible double calendar, although thinly traded. I wouldn't be real excited about getting in on CF. We're in Chipotle. We were in gold. Let's take a look at gold for a directional trade. And we have a moving average, 50 MAs going up. We have a down arrow on PPS. We have a hook down here, but this moving average, this could be a counter trend trade, but not me, because looking over here at the weeklies, it's just I'm not getting any confirmation over there. But really short term, since we're mostly working with just the weeklies right now, if I can get a 20 delta, where can I get a 20 delta? I can get 20 delta at like 138 or 137 and a half. So that would be up here, below the high, and it has some possibilities. Maybe I'll put alert on this, and we'll see what happens. So we're only playing these just for a couple of days, so we'll see what happens there. Google, our double calendar worked out, and I'm going to take these out. And now we're waiting for a move up here in a stochastic and a hook down, which we may not get. We may have to go over to the daily to look for that. So we'll see if something pops up on the daily. We can see that we had a nice one here. If we're going really short term, maybe like a couple days, then we would jump over here to the daily and look at that. So we could put a target up here, but I am not going to. I'll just keep a look at it, keep an eye on it, manually, I guess you might say. Alright, we're in Goldman, LinkedIn. Or at least I'm in Goldman. I don't know if you are. We were looking for a hook up here, and we sort of got it. If we get something above here, I'll put an alert on this. Let's make sure that everything else is okay. I may take that alert off because I'm not getting confirmation on the MACD. This just started. This brighter red here is a move down. We have down over here. We have %D moving down over here. I'm taking this alert off. I'm not going to go with that. It looks a little shaky to me. Price line. I don't know. I have a target here that doesn't make any sense when we have a moving average heading up. That's not making any sense. What are we looking at for a bull put here with a 20 delta or thereabouts? 920. 920, that would be down here because we have a hook up here. So I'm looking for a move up here. So I'm going to put an alert there. At or above. That looks good. So if this, let's put it like up about here. So if we get that move up there, and we probably most certainly will, if the market opens up, price line might react very handsomely to it. It did come down here and close the gap, and it's bouncing along this line here. So if we're looking at 920, that would probably be a pretty good bet for this week. And it's a shortened week. All right, moving right along. Tesla, I was reading something about them this weekend. I think that it's like the hottest selling car above $100,000 in California. Now, I'm really happy that there's so many people in California that can afford $100,000 cars. Oh man. Okay, so what we have here is very strong looking momentum. Momentum is very bullish over here on the weekly. So we're going in with an alert here. We have our hookup. It's not coming down to the 20, but remember, hooking it between these two lines here is okay with me. So alert goes on Tesla. And if we're looking at a 20 delta, we're looking around 140. Wow. Who wouldn't go for that? Is that right? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong column. All right, so 160 we're looking at for, and that would be here, and that would have held for most of this week too. So that looks good. And then last but not least is Visa. Not seeing anything there. Little bit of a hook down here. We're down here, down. Momentum is just, this thing is being deflated. So I'm going to put an alert here as well. It looks like it could be ripe for this little mini hook here at the 45 to 55 level. Good enough for me if we get confirmation and it moves down this morning in what looks like if we get a bearish move on this and a bullish open, that would be good news. All right, we have alerts up the yin-yang for today. Some existing alerts from last week. And we're watching a few other things, so it should be a fun day. It's always a fun day in the market. Thank you very much for watching. You have a great day and happy trading.